Welcome to Dream Life Design. This is the course overview. Welcome to the Dream Life model. This is what we're going to use to develop your life plan. The first half is all about unlocking your potential. We're going to start by exploring your identity and who you are as an individual. Develop a sense of inner awareness. And then we're going to do a self-evaluation and reflection and develop an outer awareness by compartmentalizing misery, bliss, and gratitude. And then we're going to develop your aspirations. So we'll really think about what the future can look like and what you're capable of, and really measuring your potential here. And then we're going to establish changes and life missions. So we're going to look at the changes you need to implement in your life in order to reduce misery, increase bliss, and strengthen gratitude. And the missions are basically the results that we're looking for by implementing these changes. And then once we've developed an outlook on life, we can set goals to achieve that outlook, those life missions, and we set those goals in priority order. And then we're going to set objectives to achieve those goals. So breaking down those objectives into research, mindset, and action objectives. So making sure that you accomplish your goals successfully. This is the second half of your life plan. So this is all about unleashing your potential and scaling up towards that dream life. So once you've arrived at a point of fulfillment, when you've really shown yourself what you're capable of and achieved the results that you set out to achieve, you're going to scale that life up by setting immediate goals, intermediate goals, and ultimate goals. So a life plan towards achieving and accomplishing those aspirations. Welcome to Lesson 4, Establish Changes and Life Missions. So let's take a quick look at the lesson outline. So we're going to explore what changes are and establishing these changes from reducing misery, increasing bliss, and strengthening gratitude. Then we're going to look at what life missions are, and setting your life missions, which are simply the result of implementing these changes in your life. Then we're going to have the homework exercise and then teach you to set changes in life missions on the worksheet. And then the topic that we're going to explore today is facing inner truth. What are changes then? So changes help you identify what you must do in order to significantly reduce misery, elevate or increase bliss, and strengthen gratitude. So establishing changes is based on your evaluations and your aspirations. So think about what changes you need to make in your life today in order to reduce the misery that you identified. What changes can you make in your life today in order to increase and elevate bliss that you've identified? What can you do? What changes can you implement in your life today in order to strengthen gratitude based on the list that you've identified? So think about misery, bliss, and gratitude, and think about the things that you can implement right now to reduce misery, increase bliss, and strengthen gratitude. To help you establish some changes, I thought I'll introduce you to a few examples. So for example, you could change your career and how you earn, changing your financial status, because maybe it's your financial status that's causing you most misery, how you spend your time, maybe it's who you spend your time with that you need to change. And that brings us to the people you surround yourself with. Are there changes that need to be made there? Your relationships, how you perceive yourself, is that a significant change that you need to make? Your outlook on life, what you value in life, the way you treat others and the world around you, the way you consume. Remember, we talked about consciously consuming and conscientiously consuming in order for your physical and mental well-being. Maybe you need to change some options and decisions that you're making. Your health, both your mental and physical, are there changes that you need to implement in order to take care of yourself better? Remember to make them incredibly personal and don't forget to add detail. My examples are just merely guidance. You can change whatever you need to change in order to reduce misery, increase bliss, and strengthen gratitude. Remember, we identified those aspirations as well, so that they're really going to help us direct the changes that we're looking to make. So missions help you identify your minimum level of fulfillment. If you notice on the model, your missions descend directly from your aspirations, and working from your life missions is how you're going to build your dream life. They are the desired result of a change. So think about the changes you want to implement in your life. What's the desired result of implementing that change? That's how you develop your life missions. Collectively, all your life missions represent the best version of your identity. So if you've achieved all these life missions, you're essentially operating from a minimum level of fulfillment. You're living a life which you can determine to be your best life based on whatever stage of development you're at. And they form the foundations for scaling towards your dream life. We want to be operating from a sense of equilibrium, from a state of control and clarity, and that's what our life missions really help us accomplish. So setting missions, then, it's all about that based on the changes you've thought about. Think about the desired result you want if you were to implement these changes. So the changes are all about reducing misery, increasing bliss, and strengthening gratitude. What are the results of a reduction of misery? What are the results of an increased sense of bliss? And what are the results of strengthening gratitude? So I wanted to offer you a few examples of changes and missions. So for instance, maybe you need to change your career because your career doesn't make you feel purpose. So the desired result of that change is to have a purposeful career. Maybe your relationship is causing you to feel as if you are not valued as an individual. Then perhaps your mission is to be in a relationship where you feel valued as an individual. Maybe you need to change how you manage your time so that you can have more bliss in your life. Because based on the bliss you've identified, you're not spending too much time engaging in bliss. So maybe the mission for that then is to always have time to do the things that you enjoy. A change you can implement is to change your complacent behaviors so that you can be better invested in your life and your well-being. Well, maybe that's the mission for that change. What's the mission for spending who you spend your time with? Maybe that mission is to spend quality time with those you admire and respect, as opposed to those who restrict and limit your potential and identity. Change your attitude towards life to ensure that you're taking care of yourself and you maintain a secure outlook. So maybe that's the result of that change. So first, develop the changes. Think about reducing misery. 2 changes to reduce misery, 2 changes to increase bliss, and 2 changes to strengthen gratitude. And look at what the results that you want from implementing those changes in your life. Remember, think about what you need to maintain fulfillment throughout your life. That's where we're headed towards. That's your missions. That's your minimum level of fulfillment. We need to maintain these missions as a minimum in order to scale your life up towards your dream life. This represents the best version of yourself. So really spend time developing this exercise and putting your identity into it. Using the Dream Life Plan worksheet will really help you develop the changes and missions you're looking for. We're really organizing, compartmentalizing different aspects of your life and your life's experience. So changes are really all about identifying things to reduce misery, increase bliss, and strengthen gratitude. So navigate to the Changes, Goals, and Missions tab and establish 2 changes that will significantly reduce the misery that you identified in your evaluation list. 2 changes that will significantly increase the bliss that you identified in your evaluation list, and 2 changes that will significantly strengthen gratitude that you identified in your evaluation list. And then once you've really understood the changes that you need to make in your life to reduce misery, increase bliss, and strengthen gratitude, then you want to start thinking about the desired result for each of those changes. Why do we need to implement these changes? What results are we looking for? Because remember, your missions collectively represent the best version of yourself. Facing truth is the topic we're going to explore this week, because honesty to self is crucial to a life of fulfillment. From the very first lesson, from exploring your identity through to developing evaluation lists and developing your social aspirations, you've been required to be very honest with yourself in order to define and discover what fulfillment in life looks like for you. So it's important that you regularly face your truth. The chances of success and fulfillment increase when you face your truth, because you're navigating on a truer experience of life. You're authenticating your own life experience, and you are validating yourself when you navigate life based on your truth. Getting comfortable with your truth also increases confidence and improves your mental health. You're not suppressing that much. You're not hiding yourself or shunning yourself away. You are expressing yourself happily and comfortably. That really increases your chances of success and fulfillment too, because you're navigating to where you want to be in life, not where anyone else expects you to be. So facing your truth is really a key factor towards your personal development. I can't stress how important your inner truth is. Your truth is your guide to your personal and professional development because it encourages assessment. Are you living true? Are you living true to who you are? Are you having the best experience that you could possibly have? Always connect with the truth within in order to move your life forward. You'll notice this personal development program connects to evaluation and reflection first, really thinking about your areas of misery, bliss, and gratitude. That's you connecting with your truth. So do you face your truth? If so, why? Then you assess internal development. Why are you constantly facing your truth? Really connect to how beneficial it is to your personal development. That's what you're assessing if you confidently face your truth. Reconnect with how valuable facing your truth is. And once you do, engage external development so that you can act upon the truth that you've identified. If you don't access or face your truth, you bury your truth. Why do you bury your truth? Assess the external restrictions of what's causing you to keep yourself trapped within, and then engage internal development. So work on ways to start bringing and expressing your truth out. So if you face your truth and you're comfortable facing your truth, always engage in external development. Move your life forward in that direction of your truth. If you're burying your truth, engage in internal development. Start exploring what's going on outside in the world that's keeping you from accessing your truth comfortably. What are changes then? So changes are basically the things that you need to change in order to reduce misery, increase bliss, and strengthen gratitude. They're going to help you move in the direction that you need to move into. What are missions? Well, they're the desired result of implementing these changes. If there's something you need to change in your life, what are you looking to gain from that change? Give yourself a sense of outlook and direction. Remember, your minimum level of fulfillment relies on your life missions. You need to maintain your life missions as a minimum, as a priority in order to scale up towards your dream life. So really think about 2 significant changes that are going to reduce misery, 2 significant changes that are going to increase bliss, and 2 significant changes that are going to strengthen gratitude, and then look at the results that you want from implementing those changes. Your homework exercise is to establish these changes in life missions, and the topic we explored today was facing truth. Next lesson, we are going to start entering the realm of setting goals. We're going to explore what goals are, talk about setting SMART goals, so specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. We're going to talk about constructing your goal as well. And the homework exercise, as you can imagine, is setting goals on your worksheet. And then we're going to explore the topic of focus and motivation. Also notice how we set your goals by working down from your life mission. So we're working from the result we're looking to attain from implementing these changes. It's a very different approach, but it's a very mindful approach in order to navigate your life towards the dream that you've always wanted. Thank you for making it to the end, and I'll see you next lesson.